Hey, since the last time I recorded a video, I had a very, many things happened. So number one, I had, the first day of the exam, the national exam for, high school, and I think I did better than I expected. I took some simulated tests, and I don't think that, my performance was particularly good there. So it was interesting that, because it was two sessions. It was the essay, it was the language portion, and the human sciences portion, and I think that I done pretty well. I mean, we don't really have like the official, like grades. I think we only have them like in January, but like people who did the exam, they have tests. They like people so the things, and then you can have like that as your guideline. And I think that I have 9 questions. I might have gotten like 70 to 75 right. So that's pretty good. I mean, that's not official, but it's usually like they are somewhat accurate. So there's that. There's not a whole lot of divergence between like the different websites and platforms that like they do like the how to take the essay to then give the answers. And then today also I went to therapy, and it was pretty good. I was wondering whether I'll have like stuff to talk about, but just like other moments in time, I had plenty, and we had really fruitful session. I was able to talk about some things that make me feel very vulnerable, and I think I talked about this before. How, for example, in my head, because you can be assertive, aggressive, passive, and passive aggressive, and assertive is the way to go. The other three are like not effective, they're not good, they're not healthy, and but in my head, being aggressive was better, was like a superior option to the other two, and it kind of like part of my brain still thinks that way, but I am working on that, so that is I have like a very well-rounded version of myself that is not being kind of like aggressive, and also being passive. Like that is something that in my head is such a thing, and sometimes I don't know, it's no better than, it's not worse than being aggressive. Honestly, like being passive can be sometimes because it kind of like it diminishes the consequences, like if you yell at somebody or something, as opposed to not saying anything at all. Sometimes it's better for you to not say anything at all, like you're burning less bridges. But yeah, so that is kind of my reality right now. Right now, I am really considering changing. I mean, I'm gonna try to change my approach to things, because as I said, like I'm trying to be assertive, but if I can't be assertive, it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to be aggressive, particularly because I'm trying to keep the pace between myself and the world around me. And like sometimes like that is the way to go, but there is some merit to being kind of like passive. Basically what I'm trying to say, it's not weakness. I mean, like it is weakness in the same way that like being aggressive is like a weakness, but it's not worse than that. And I had to get that in my head, because I think my quality of life has really improved since I became like less confrontational. I think because strangers, it could be burning a bridge, but like usually it's kind of nothing. But with your family, that's a different matter. And my dad is calling me. Hold up.